Hello everyone, welcome to Native Mobile Bits and wish you all a very happy new year 2024, and I'm sure that you guys must be enjoying this. We are starting this project today as a Jetpack Compose primer. We are going to build WhatsApp UI and we are going to build completely using Jetpack Compose. Let's start today's video, and in this mostly we are going to do all of the UI development with Jetpack Compose. First of all, we are going to start one brand new project for this, and we are going to select this Jetpack Compose empty activity. We are going to click on next, and let's call it WhatsApp UI. Okay, and this is going to be the package name, our channel name, and the project name. You can change it as you like. We can also select the version catalog thing, but for now I am going to stick with build.gradle.kts, and in our next series, which is going to start very soon, where we are going to develop step by step the complete projects in separate parts, there we are going to use version catalog. But for this one we are going to use Kotlin DSL itself, and let's click on this finish, and it is going to create one brand new project for us. Okay, let's delete all of these boilerplate code which Android Studio has created for us. Just run this on emulator just to make sure all the dependencies and everything are configured properly, so that I don't see the comments like where you people mention that which version of compile SDK or target SDK you are using, because we are facing some error. And yeah, this is the error which I was talking about. So we need to just go to build.gradle of app module, and that you can also go from here. We need to just use compile SDK 34 and sync the project, and after that we can just run on our emulator. It should run properly this time. Yeah, our build is successful, and now we can discuss further that how we are going to approach developing this WhatsApp UI. Okay, so for that, let's open WhatsApp screen design, and this is the very basic design we have, right? We have one splash screen, we have the home screen, and we have multiple tabs in the home screen which we can horizontally scroll. It can either be a chat or a status or calls screen, right? These are the primary screens we have in our WhatsApp application, and now we are going to start first with this home screen. Okay, so in Jetpack Compose, everything is a component or a composable, right? And we need to make sure that we break down this entire screen into smaller components, so that we can design respectively individual Jetpack composables. So if we take a closer look, we have some kind of app bar on the top, where we have this WhatsApp title, we have this camera icon, search icon, and this menu icon, right? This we can design as a app bar component. Okay, this is going to be our first component. Then the second component is going to be this tab bar, right? So we have multiple tabs here. It can be a chat, status, or calls. We also have this group. Earlier we were having something like camera, but primarily we are going to focus on these three tabs: chat, status, and calls. Then if user is on the chat screen, we are going to show the chat screen. If user scrolls to the status screen, we are going to show the respective screen for status, and if we are on calls, we are going to show the calls screen. So we need to design different screens for each of these tabs, and we are going to implement one view pager kind of thing, and in Jetpack Compose we have something similar called horizontal pager, and within that horizontal pager we are going to put all of these different screens, right? And we have one thing common, and this is like this fab button to start a new chat, or if we are inside the status, we will be having this as a camera button so that we can capture the pictures and all. If we are inside the calls, we are going to change this to a new call button. But that functionality part, we are going to do that maybe later, but for now we are going to implement this UI with the help of Jetpack Compose. So let's start, I think we have some idea now that this home screen, this is the primary screen, and this is going to take some kind of column composable, because all of these things we can arrange in vertical orientation, and as we want to keep this on top of everything, so we can just take one box. But don't worry, I will show you how we are going to do that. I was just, you know, giving you some heads up that how we are going to implement it. Now let's begin the implementation. So let's go to Android Studio, minimize this, and let's close other tabs. We are going to make the first change inside our main activity itself. So first we need to design few screens. We can make one package inside our UI folder, and we can just open it inside Finder. We can create one new package and we can name it as screens. Okay, now our UI has this theme which is already created by Android Studio with some default values. We will modify it later, but now we also have one package for our screens, and we can design our first screen. And the first screen we can design using file, and we can call it home screen. So we can design our home screen using a function. We can call it function home screen, and we just need to annotate this function with @composable so that it becomes a composable screen for our Jetpack compose. Okay, now inside this we can design with various approaches, but for now let's use one column, and inside this we are going to add multiple things, but for now first let's add one preview as well for our home screen. We can add that preview with this @preview annotation. We need to use @composable, and the best way which we follow in our video is just take the name and append it with preview. Inside this just use your home screen. Okay, like this. Now we need to use this screen inside our main activity. So we can just access our home screen inside our main activity set content method. And as we are setting up our main activity, we can also set one default preview here, and for that we just need to use preview annotation @composable, and we can call it WhatsApp preview. Okay, and inside this we can just take this much of the content, like what is the theme and what is the main screen. Okay, we can also add some white background if you want to add. We just need to pass show background as true. Now if we rebuild our Jetpack Compose project, it will show us one preview as well. Inside the code we can see like this is the WhatsApp preview we have, but this is empty as of now because we have not implemented anything inside our home screen. Now let's start the implementation. So the first thing we need is this app bar. Okay, we are going to design one separate component for this, so we can start either designing that component here, or we can create one new package. Let's call it components, and we are keeping it inside UI layer because this is a part of the UI, and we are going to call it app bar component. We are going to design one composable here with this annotation. We are going to call it app bar component, the same name which we have given to this app bar component. And inside this we need to start with one row composable. Why we need to use row composable? Because we need to design this in a horizontal manner, right? We have one title, we have these icons, all of these are in horizontal orientation, so we can use one row composable, this one, and inside this we can add one modifier as well. First of all, we need to take fill max width because we need this entire width of the phone, and we need to add some custom height as well. For that we are going to add 60 dp for now. We need to import this dp extension, and we need to add some kind of background color as well, because we have this green color here, right? So first of all, let's go to our color.kt, and we have some color here defined. We can delete these colors and we can add some color we have already, green color and light green color. Okay, now we can also add few more colors. I also have some gray color with me, which I am going to take inside our project. Now we have green, light green, white, black, and gray and light gray. One another thing we can do to make it consistent, we can just make it, in this case, the capital letter in the starting itself, and now all colors are consistent. Now we can use these colors inside our themes. For now, these are our primary colors which we are going to use throughout our application, but as we progress we can also add some other different colors. For now we need to modify our theme file with these colors. So we have this light color scheme, right? So we are going to use primary green color as the primary color and light green as the secondary color. And for this background we can define white color. Okay, now this is going to be our primary light color theme for now, and we need to modify the dark color theme as well. So we are going to use primary as the gray color we have and secondary as light gray, and for background we are also going to use light gray color. Okay, so now we have our light color and dark color scheme ready, and this is the initial setup which we need at least to support two different themes for dark colors and light colors. We will update this as we progress. Okay, let's close this, and now we need to design our app bar component. So first thing, we need to add one background color here, and we can take that from our material theme. So from material theme we can just take this color scheme and we can select background. Now what does this mean? So as we have defined two color schemes, we have two background color. So let's say we have our phone in light theme mode, so it will pick background color as white color. Okay, and if we are in dark mode theme, it will pick the background color as light gray. Alright, that's why we define the color schema in themes and we pick using material theme.color scheme and respective colors. Alright, now let's minimize this and let's add one preview so that we are able to see how our app bar component is looking like as we design it. Okay, let's add it preview, and inside this we are just going to use app bar component. Okay, we have our preview available. This is our app bar component, and as of now it is just having fill max width, okay, and height is 60 dp, and we have some background color which is white. Alright, now inside our app bar the first thing we need is this WhatsApp title text. So we can design one text here. We can use text composable and we can just take this in the next line. For text we can design one string resource, and let's say we have one string with WhatsApp title. Okay, we can just import this resource and we just need to add this string and we can just pass WhatsApp. Okay, so we have created one WhatsApp title, and this is basically one string and we are using this inside text. So let's refresh our preview and let's see if we have some text. So yeah, we have some text, but this is not looking much nicer, right? So we need to provide some kind of style for our text, and we can provide that with the help of text style. We need to pass some kind of font size because we have the text in a bigger shape, so we can just pass, let's say 24 sp. We can import this and it is updating. Yeah, let's say we reduce it to 20 sp so that it's not that much bigger as well. We can provide some kind of font weight and we can just say font weight dot bold so that it's little bit bolder and it is looking like we have in this design, right? Now the next thing is we can provide some kind of color for this. Now we have two options. Either we can just simply use any color directly, but if we want to make our app work perfectly fine in two different themes, dark and light, we should choose from our material theme. To support material theme, we can also add one check here that if system is in dark theme, okay, we can use this method. This is defined inside our compose foundation package itself, and this function will let us know that if our mobile device is in dark theme or it's in normal light theme. Okay, based on that we can also set the colors. So we are going to do the same. We are just checking that if system is in dark theme, then we need to show the color as gray, else we need to show color dot white. Okay, now before we move forward, I want to customize our theme file, because if we will go to theme.kt right now, we can see that we have this dynamic color logic support, right? So we also have dark theme, light theme, but we also have support for dynamic colors, and I'm sure that this condition will get fulfilled and we'll have some kind of dynamic color generated for our application, and we don't want that. We just want to support normal light theme and dark theme for now. Okay, so let's modify this, but before that let's go to our build.gradle and let's add one beautiful library we have, and it's called Google Accompanist. Okay, this is basically to control the system UI, and we are going to use this inside our project, and for version we are going to use 0.28.0. Okay, this library is basically being used to control the status bar color or some other system UI, and we can very easily use this, and I will show you how. So we can open our theme file and we need to modify this logic here. Okay, so first of all we need to remove this dynamic color. We are also going to remove this color scheme from here, and we are going to define our own color scheme. Okay, like what colors we want to provide, because we have already defined dark color scheme and light color scheme. So we are going to basically add one condition that if it's into dark theme, we are going to return our dark color scheme, else we are going to return our light color scheme. Okay, these are the colors which we want to use based on this theme, dark theme condition. Alright, now the next step is we need to remove this side effect also, like we want to provide our own way how we want to control the system UI. Okay, so for that, first of all we are going to remove these things. We are going to define one variable, system UI controller, and we are going to use, remember, system UI controller, this one. And now we need to write some logic that what color we want to set inside our status bar, for our navigation bar, and so on, right? We can define one color for our status bar, and we can write that based on condition, like if it's in dark theme, so we are going to return gray color, and if it's in light theme, then we are going to return green color. Because if we see at the design, then we can see that if our app is running on a device and device is having the light mode, so our status bar color should be green, right? That's what we are setting here, that our status bar color should be green if our system is not in dark theme. If it's in dark theme, we are setting it as gray. Alright, now we need to use this inside side effect, so we can just take access via system UI controller dot set status bar color, and we can just set this status bar color here. Okay, now the next thing is we need some kind of navigation bar color, and we can use the same condition that if system is in dark theme, then we are going to use light gray, else we are going to use white color. Okay. Now we need to set this navigation bar color also for our system UI controller. So we can just set navigation bar color and we can pass our navigation bar color here. Okay, so now we have our theme.kt implemented by us. We have designed two schemas and we are writing this logic. Let's name is color schema. Okay, and we can just use it here. Okay, so now we have our material theme and it's customized based on our need. Like we are just providing the color schema, then we are setting our own desired color for a status bar and navigation bar. Now let's close this and let's open app bar component. So we can see that we have one preview, but I think the first thing we need to change here is this background color, because if we go to our theme file, we can see that if we are on a lighter color theme, our primary color should be green, right? And that's what we want. We don't want the white color, we want the primary green color. So we can just use here primary color and we can just go to our home screen for now, and inside column let's try to add app bar component. Okay, and let's run this. We can see that our status bar and our app bar both are having green color, which we wanted, but we need to customize our app bar because right now it's not looking pretty. If we see the design, it should be in the center and all. So we can just go to app bar component. So first thing we are going to do is add some padding here, let's say 16 dp, and we are also going to add some kind of vertical alignment and we can make it center vertically. Alright, this is our modified row and now it's looking little bit like we have inside our design. Now we need to add these icons, camera, search and menu icon. So first of all we need these driver files, right? So we can just come inside our resource driver and we need to select this new and we need to choose vector asset and we can select here some predefined icons. So we are going to select this for camera. We can just change the name. We are going to say IC camera, this one, next and finish. So we'll have one camera icon. Okay, we can see, yeah, we have this camera icon. Let's try to take one another driver for search and this time we can just write search here. Yeah, we can just use this, right? Yes, we can use this. Let's write IC search. We have this icon also. Now let's try to take the last one for menu. So we have that with this one and we can just name it to IC menu. Alright, now we have the icons we need to add inside our app bar. So let's minimize this row composable, and to add these icons we just need to use this icon composable and we can just pass painter resource r.driver dot, let's say IC camera for now, and empty content description. We can just take these in next line like this. But we can also create one separate composable for these icons. Let's say let's call it icon component and we can just take this, add it here, and let's say we are just passing this icon component and we are just passing the ID, and let's add this as a parameter. Let's remove this and this is going to be drawable ID. We are going to pass this here and now we have our icon component ready as well. So let's say if we want to add another one, we can just pass IC menu or IC search and IC menu. So let's try to run this and let's see if we are getting these three icons as well. So yeah, we are getting it, but the spacing is not proper because this app bar has a row composable. as the parent one, and row composable does not have any specific arrangement which can give us this desired result. So we can try to use bait here with spacer. So basically after our text we can just add one spacer, and we can pass modifier dot weight 1. Okay, so it will take the remaining space in between these two, like text and this icon component. Okay, now we can add some space here and there in between these icons as well with the spacer. So we can just say modifier dot size, let's say 20 dp, and there will be some space, and we can add the same space here as well. And we can just try to run our application, and now we have some kind of proper spacing we can see. Yeah, I think this WhatsApp text style we can just go ahead with semi bold, and that will look better. I'm not sure if it's updating every time, so that's why I'm running it, but yeah, now it's looking much better. Now we need to make sure that these icons colors are matching based on our device theme. Like if it's light theme, it should be white. If it's dark theme, it should be gray, right? So basically we can just try to, customize this. We can add this property tint, and we can just check if is system in dark theme, then it will be gray color which we have defined, else it will be white color which we have defined again. Okay, so basically we are trying to do this at multiple places like title, now these icon tint. So let's try to do one thing. Let's try to go to our theme, and let's try to add, so we have this variable, let's try to add this, and inside dark theme we are always passing gray color, right? So we can try to make it gray here, and in light theme we can, just pass white color. Okay, so now let's try to use this material theme dot color scheme, this one, and the same color in place of this condition as well, and let's try to run this. Yeah, our icons are fine. So we are going to use this color basically, which we have just added. So this we have added based on our condition, like in light theme we need icons, titles, everything as white, so we are going to use this color. And in dark theme all of these things are going to be gray, so we have defined gray color inside dark theme, right? Now if we try to just modify it to dark theme, and it's not visible because in dark theme right now color of app bar and color of icon, for both of these colors we are using gray as the value, so we can modify this to white. I think now it will look much better, because in dark theme also we can use white as the icon and title color, and for background we can use gray color. Okay, let's enable light theme for now. Yeah, now it's better. So this is the first step which we have completed. We have designed this app bar. Now we need to design the next part, which is going to be this tab bar. Okay, so for this we are going to close everything. We are going to come inside our UI components, and we are going to design one new Kotlin file, and we are going to call it tab bar component. We will do this in the next part. That's it for today's video. If you enjoy this video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for the next part which is coming very soon. Have a good day.